That's a great first line, right? Hey, what's up?
Yes.
I'm Brad.
Today. Go ahead.
I live.
Hey, you can make that work. When you care too much, you fail. But when you don't give a rat's ass, it opens up a new door of magic. I started doing this thing where I would approach girls, and my first line would be, "What are your thoughts on Star Wars?" And my God, it worked like magic. This title just had me. You know, how do I date while living in my sister's basement? To be fair, it may be easier to do that rather than living in your mom's basement, because usually sisters are more lenient when it comes to, you know, hookup culture and hooking up.
Hey, Brad, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, how's it going, Dave? Appreciate you and Dr. Maloney having me on.
Sure. How can we help?
Sure. Well, my question is in regards to, I guess, red flags or kind of pitfalls you can fall into when you're looking for, you know, a partner or a spouse.
Red flags in relationships. Controlling. Doesn't let you do your passions. That's about it. Doesn't care for you. Like, very dismissive. But I've also met people that are just kind of just, like, they act dismissive, but they're not actually dismissive. Like, I'm kind of like that way. No, I'm not. I act dismissive, but I'm not, like, I don't know. I don't know. If my girlfriend was here, she could kind of explain it more. She's not. She's downstairs.
Live with my sister and brother-in-law in their basement so I could pay off my debt, and I've gone from $50,000 in debt to $30,000 now.
Good for you.
In the course of 4 months. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But I'm starting to date, and you know, aside from living in my sister's basement,
that's a great first line, right? Hey, what's up?
Yes.
I'm Brad.
Today. Go ahead.
I live.
Hey, you can make that work. Top tip if you're dating: you can say the most demeaning thing about yourself, and if you can make it funny, they're gonna love it. I remember when I was getting desperate finding women. In the beginning, when you start, like, approaching women, right, you have to not care. When you care too much, you fail. But when you don't give a rat's ass, it opens up a new door of magic. I started doing this thing where I would approach girls, and my first line would be, "What are your thoughts on Star Wars?" And my God, it worked like magic. Because there's two answers they can give you. Either A, they're excited about Star Wars, right? Which is, you know, now you have something to talk about. Or B, they say, "Oh, no, I hate Star Wars." And then you're like, "Oh, what do you mean you hate Star Wars? How do you hate Star Wars?" And then they have to defend their hate for Star Wars. But there you go. You're already talking. You're already in the middle of a conversation. You don't want to go too niche with this. You don't want to go like, "Oh, what are your thoughts on Beethoven's symphony," or something. Like, I guess you kind of pull that off, but, like, kind of do some more mainstream stuff. Like, what are your thoughts on Lord of the Rings? That worked for me. What are your thoughts on Star Wars? If you're into Marvel movies, which I hate, you can be like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man? What are your thoughts on the Avengers?" You know, she's gonna be like, "Oh, it's great. It's fantastic." And you can be like, "Wow, really? What's your favorite character?" And boom, you're talking. You're in. You're in. You got a common interest right there. Don't overthink it. That's my top tip.
I know you're probably going to tell me that, you know, the right person would understand, the right woman would understand the situation and be, you know, more than accommodating. But in general,
I mean, yeah, the right woman would understand. Hey, I just moved here and I live in my sister's basement. What's up? You can make that work. You can make that work. Even opening up with that could work for you.
What are some things to look out for? Because I don't want to fall into one of those circumstances like you guys were just discussing, where, you know, I'm a statistic where bankruptcy leads to divorce and so on and so forth.
Right.
So are there any indicators?
Well, get a prenup. That would solve a lot of your problems right there.
Early on in a relationship, when you first start dating, that could provide some insight.
I would quote our good friend Henry Cloud on that, which is, when somebody decides they want to get to know you, they have a picture of you in their life, and that can be after 1 date and 2 dates. That doesn't mean you go get married, but they start saying, "I want to be with this person." There's not games, and there's not shenanigans.
There's no games. There's a little bit of games. You gotta flirt a little bit. Gotta be like, "I don't know if I can hang out today."
And there's not hoops and trials. There is a genuine desire to be connected with somebody, to learn.
He's taking this question way too seriously. In the first month, no one's like, 3 kids with this person would be ideal. Like, that's not what you're thinking in the first month. You're thinking of like, am I a side bitch? Or am I the main bitch? That's what you're thinking in the first month. Should we go to the movies? Or should we go to the Netflix? Red flags. You know, she takes 2 days to respond to your text. That's a red flag. Don't fuck with her. Find somebody else. Ignore her, you know?
Today, when I screw up, I'm going to say I'm sorry. And
this man is on the verge of tears just giving this advice. Like, come on, dog.
that marriage is a daily decision that I'm going to love, I'm going to love, I'm going to love. And so I think for you, you have to list out what the values are, who you're looking for, what you want to be a part of. And then you've got to work as hard as you can to be for somebody. And that person's got to be for you.
And once it does get serious, I'd spend some time in pre-marriage counseling. There's a lot of...
Well, I feel like they're jumping the gun on the advice. Also, why is this only 3 minutes and 25 seconds? This is what I hate about Dave Ramsey. You get like a really juicy call sometimes, and he talks to that person for like 3 minutes. I could talk to this man for 2 hours. Oh my god, what if that's my new Twitch thing? People call in, and I just give them terrible life advice. That'd be kind of funny. Also traumatic.
Statistical data that says a good in-depth pre-marriage counseling is highly correlated with success on marriage.
Yeah, hold on. Don't get... If you're dating somebody and everything's going fantastic, and then you throw out this number at them, hey baby, do you want to go to pre-marriage counseling? See you later, bye. I don't want to talk to you. I think you just got to have a deep talk. Just have numerous deep talks. And if you can't have numerous deep talks with your partner, you're with the wrong person.
Largely in agreement on these 4 areas, you've got a good shot, and that's money, in-laws, religion, and kids. If you can be largely in agreement on those 4.
Yeah, that's true. Me and my girlfriend are pretty much in agreement with everything. Except kids. I want 3, she wants 1. We'll see who wins, right, guys?